listen to the podcast, who we are and what we do.
Hey, Paul. Nope, he's muted. You fucking dipshit. You're still muted.
Why was I muted? Hell.
Ooh, I don't like that one. Hey, what's up, all you dirt bags? It's the Bass and Brews
Somebody asked me,
podcast.
bitch.
Your weekly distraction from high quality podcasts. That's Jabberhammer. I'm Alex. We've got Paige and Lincoln down there. We'll get to them in a minute. Yeah, if you want to help support the show, head over to patreon.com/Bass and Brews. For like the price of a cup of coffee, you can become a producer of the show. Not only will you get our gratitude, but all the proceeds go to Paul and I having some fun adventures. It'll also give you access to Last Call with Alex and Paul, the monthly live Patreon exclusive show that we have with all the producers, and it's a good time. It's been getting real. What did Fish Mama Chris call it? Like just full-on sexual harassment lately. Paul's getting real fucking creepy at Last Call. So if you want to hear Paul talk about nipples and weird shit, make sure to head over to patreon.com/Bass and Brews.
That's where we talk about from the cut to the butt, baby.
Jesus, it's fucking gross. All right, we have fan favorite. One of the three amigos. She's got a different amigo today, but this is one of.
Hold up.
We've got Paige.
Hold up. You weren't supposed to talk about the other amigos that were on here.
No, Paige always brings her boyfriends on. We've been going 4 years. She's been on 3
My
times.
boyfriends? My boyfriends?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're crazy. My homies. My homies. The last batch was Tiny and Maddie B. Jabber for Halloween session.
Let me tell you something. That was the Halloween episode where I told them we were all dressing up and everybody dressed up but me. And Tiny was a little taken aback and he went and changed, and Maddie Ice went and changed, but Paige had the fucking helmet. What
Star Wars.
Stormtrooper helmet on for a fucking 2 hours.
And only then at the end, it's one of the greatest peace outs ever on Bass and Brews. She's like, "Hey, everybody, let's show our feet." And Tiny and Matt and me were fucking over here putting our feet up against the camera, and she fucking left the whole podcast and did not come back.
We haven't talked to her since.
Yeah,
so
it was a good outing. A lot of people were happy about that. They were loving it. Anything to dodge the speed round questions, you know.
Yeah.
You ain't getting past them tonight, host. You are getting shotgun round tonight like nobody.
I'm not even going to ask. I'm going to ask because I feel like it's part of her lore now to just never answer the shotgun round.
It's happening tonight. Matter of fact, we're starting the podcast off with it. But first, I have to answer a text message from Alex. He said, "Where are you, bitch? Look, motherfucker, I've got a tournament this weekend, and I was rigging up, and I got out 2 hours late. And so I was trying to get shit done for that.
Is this in your kayak?
My son's soccer, and I'm missing my son's soccer game tonight to be on this podcast. So it's
volleyball for us. Volleyball for us.
Why'd you guys do all that?
Yep.
Who plays volleyball? You guys?
No, my daughter plays volleyball.
Oh, okay. Okay. I thought you meant like you guys are like in a adult volleyball league. I'm like, that's fucking weird.
We will.
Absolutely not.
I gotta ask Errol here, who you haven't been introduced to him. We're gonna get to him, but I've got the first question I have for Errol is: do you know who we are and what we do? Do you know what you've gotten yourself into tonight?
Nope.
Nope.
Awesome.
I didn't really even give him much.
She told me a little bit.
A little bit. It's just, but not much. You know, you never know what you're gonna get.
Hey, you can ask Alex's wife and mine. The one thing we're good at is giving a little bit. So Paige is right on target with it.
All right, so if people don't know, Paige, again, she was part of the most chaotic crew that we had on during our Forever Feral year, that TikTok crew of her,
It was
Matty
outrageous,
Ice,
yeah.
and Tiny. She's Paul thinks she's right off the Susquehanna in eastern Pennsylvania, but she's on the other fucking side, on the, what is it, the Allegheny, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Weren't
Nailed
you
it.
originally from Ohio? Didn't that how
no.
the first
See,
episode started? Was
Yes.
you're from
Yes,
from
you
Ohio?
said
Yeah,
she was
and
from
that's
Ohio
where-
and Michigan.
That's where you and I got off on the wrong foot from the jump. Okay, because
Yeah.
being right on the border of PA and Ohio, we don't like each other. We don't get along. We don't mingle.
Well, listen, Paige, if there's something I can agree on, it's that don't worry about it because nobody fucking likes either of you guys. Nobody likes Western PA or fucking Ohio. So
That's the best part. That's the best part. Nobody cares about us.
yeah, I've
All right,
been
I want to
watching.
start this podcast off by Paige. Look, Paige is usually like in some fucking dark, damp basement where I'm pretty sure she has been poisoned by mold and shit like that. And today we have a fucking background.
Yeah.
Like this is they are podcasters coming onto our podcast, and not only that, there's a computer screen behind them
With sponsors
with
and
some
shit.
sponsorship
You like that?
shit.
Do you like that?
That's
Logos.
slick.
Plug
What
in.
the fuck is going on here? Do y'all have a
Curveball.
secret podcast that we don't know about? Like, what's going on with this backdrop? Because y'all look like professional podcasters, except Arrow here looks really uncomfortable.
Are you
really
saying
does.
Arrow or Earl?
Actually, really comfortable.
Earl.
Earl.
ERROL.
Yeah, Earl Lincoln. Sorry, we don't
Earl
mean to put your
Lincoln.
government name out
Not
there.
Earl, it's Earl.
Earl.
Why does he
Earl.
look so comfortable?
My
Paige,
name is Earl.
Paige, hey, Paige.
What?
Has Earl ever seen a hog eat corn?
Don't.
I'd tread with caution. I don't know if that has some sort of hidden
right.
That's
jabber meaning to
All
it.
right, take your hand over and put it on the top of his knee and just
No.
start squeezing.
She said no.
Do
I
it.
am not doing that.
No.
This is my brother.
Hey,
I don't
listen.
fucking do that.
I'm gonna
Listen.
teach. I'm gonna show Alex
What?
on April 11th how hog eats corn. It's gonna be glorious.
No.
Why April 11th? What is April 11th?
He's coming to see me. We're gonna
I
meet for
am.
the first time
First time
in
ever
almost
on the
4 years.
4-year anniversary. I'm going to North Carolina to meet Paul, and we're going to go camping.
Are you
for the
gonna
weekend.
vlog this?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we've
We're
got
vlogging
Yeah.
ideas.
We have we're planning on doing like a Friday night Patreon exclusive live. We're
Yep.
planning on a Saturday live podcast. Now the
Yay.
Saturday live podcast is going to happen. The Patreon shit on Friday, I don't know, because Alex is going to get in late. We can't check in till 3. He doesn't have any camping shit, so I got to set up all the goddamn campsite. He's going to be. My son could help me more than he could, so we're going to see how it goes. Plus, it all depends. on the
Motherfucker's like
lives.
20 minutes from his house. I'm 6
But
hours from his house.
Well,
And he's
I
like,
can't-
"Oh,
we
I
go-
gotta
you're
set
going to
stuff
be
up."
there. We're going to get to the campsite at the same
He
time.
is
as
your
you get
guest.
here.
Technically, he's your guest. So.
But it all depends on. I've got a cell booster, but it really all comes down to on the live stuff that we want to do. The only way it works out is if we have good enough cell service that it works. So, but regardless, if it doesn't work live, we're gonna have a Saturday.
Sitting around the
Podcast.
campfire podcast
Yep,
episode.
I'm gonna hug
so.
a fart out of him. It's gonna be.
We've got the
awesome.
thermal
That's-
camel. Yep, we got the thermal
Thermal camel.
I know the thermal
The fuck is
camera.
that?
Thermal camel. You've never
Look,
seen that, dude?
I have no camel when I wear my G-string. There's no camel.
All right. On top of that page, who's sitting next to you? Is this Lincoln? Who's this?
This
Earl.
is Ethan.
Ethan. Ah, shit.
Ethan. But you can choose to. I don't know if you really mind, so you can call him as you wish. You
I
know.
don't really care.
Yeah, he doesn't really care. He's just here. You know. He's just here.
Hey, Paige, why did he get the tall chair and you got the Alex chair?
I don't know. Because my chair goes down over time. It's
See,
a little bit of a ghetto chair. A little bit of a.
take your
I go
camera
back
and
up?
point it down a little bit. So
Is that
there
better?
we
No,
go.
they don't have
There
pants
we
on.
go. Paige, you should
do
be
too.
higher than him.
Pants on.
You are Bass and Brews royalty, and Lincoln here is just the side piece for today's episode.
You just sit on the floor if you want.
No,
Just go over there and face the wall.
She's like,
put
listen.
his ass in the corner, bitch.
She's like, listen, Daddy's working. Don't look at me. Well,
right,
you guys
listen,
are the second couple this year, probably to have on the show, and
Ooh.
probably like the fourth in the last 6 months.
I don't know.
So-
Name the other three.
We had Joe and his lady friend. I forgot her name. She was very quiet. Joe talks a whole lot,
Joe. Who?
and LaBarbara.
Oh.
Joe La Barbera.
Yes.
Yeah. That was a
Yep.
good one.
And then we
I
had
to peer pressure Joe to peer pressure his
her.
boo to come
Yeah.
on. Yeah, I had to that was I had to do.
I had
Paige is
to
like,
pay
yeah.
him.
Yeah, I had
Hey.
to pay him.
I'm just kidding.
He's like,
Hey.
shit,
Kidding.
I'm getting paid.
No.
That was exactly the look he got too. It was
Yeah.
like, I'm getting paid.
What?
All right, well, Lincoln, tell us about yourself. Where are you from? How long you been fishing?
Wait, who were the other two?
I can't remember.
Couples?
It was
Seat your line.
Emma
Can't
Calzone.
remember.
Who? What'd you say? Paige?
Anyways, it was Emma Calzone and her.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
we had Dora and the Greek guy.
Yep.
Shikalapaco.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then
And now we're
then
at
we
4.
Yep, that's right. You're right. We
All
had
right.
Emma had her boo, didn't step in, but she had kitty cats.
Yep. All right, well, stop interrupting.
Hey,
Hey,
Paige, do y'all have
oh my
kitty
God,
cats?
I'm gonna fucking throw him out the window already.
No.
Oh, this is fucking bullshit relation.
I have a
Anyways,
cat or a dog. I have a dog.
Dog. All
Dogs.
dogs.
solid.
Dog.
How many?
All the way.
Well,
Just dog. Single.
Dog. Dogs all the way to just one dog.
Fuck
Where'd
him.
he
If
go?
he's gonna mute me, I'm gonna kick his ass out. All right, Alex. I'm sorry.
all right, Lincoln.
I sincerely
Apologize.
do not apologize, but go and we'll go.
All
from
right,
here.
Lincoln, tell us about yourself. How long you been fishing? What's kind of your story to get you here?
That's the dude.
Um,
That's fucking terrible. How's he supposed to answer such a shitty question?
I've been fishing since I was really young. With Grandpa at a pond, probably since I was 5 or earlier. Started met up with some buddies and we were riding 4-wheelers down catfishing at the river. We camp out down there and stuff, and that's really where it took off. And then it turned into a river rat when I met Paige, and now we just chase smallies all the time.
Are you from the Susquehanna River as well?
Yes, of course.
The mighty Michigan River of Ohio.
Yep.
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
I mean, y'all might as well be from Canada.
We just went to Canada, and I'm good on ever going back. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It wasn't pleasant.
No? Not a
No,
good time?
I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm good. We went for ice fishing because we actually got some ice this year. We don't get ice in our area every single year. So we were struggling and we're like, okay, let's just go up there. It's like 5-6 hours away from where we live. So it's really not a bad drive, but we go up first day, absolutely beautiful, sunshine and blue skies. Second day, the worst winter storm that they have had all year long, and we can't even get out. Like, we get out on the ice one day and there's like 3 or 4 feet of snow, and we're tromping through that stuff, and it was horrible. I was not a happy camper.
Very hard pull.
He was not a happy camper. We wrapped that shit up and we're like, we're never coming back. Never coming back.
Did y'all not have an
That's
ice
fair.
fishing
That's fair.
tent or hut?
Yeah, oh yeah. We had the whole deal. We had everything that you needed, but unless you had like a snowmobile or a 4-wheeler with you to get out to the ice, it was trash. Like to walk through that snow, it was terrible.
I feel like y'all did it wrong because
We did do it wrong.
And this is, listen to
What
me
are you
though.
saying?
I don't think you know why y'all did it wrong, but I'm about to tell you why you did it wrong.
Take
You
it
have
from
a
the guy
heater.
from North Carolina. He knows a
have a
lot about
heater.
ice fishing.
You have a heater, you have a hut, you're going fishing, snow's deep, you got to trudge through it. You get out to a spot. It doesn't even have to be a good spot. You drill a hole, you get everything set up. Fishing's trash, weather's trash. You know what? You just pretend like you're making babies the rest of the time. Good time. Boom. See?
Cold.
It's
It
cold.
was so cold.
You have a heater. You have a Mr. Buddy heater.
Listen,
We did.
we did have a Mr. Buddy heater, but I don't know. When you sit there for 8 hours and you don't catch fish, you're not really in the mood for anything.
Yeah.
Well, see, y'all did it backwards.
Paige, did you guys bring the long Smallie out there?
Yes.
Did you guys bring that out?
Oh,
No,
Earl, do you know about the long Smallie? Do you know about the long Smallie?
I don't know. I feel like she mentioned this before, but no, I don't.
Okay,
This
Paige.
is so.
Paige
So this
has
is
to tell
before-
him about the long Smallie.
But just to clarify, this is
Description.
before
let
she met you.
Alex, Let Alex, sum it
No,
up.
I mean, yeah. So
No,
Lincoln, this is
Paige, you
before
sum
she
it
met
up.
you.
No.
This is before she met you, right? Paige was on the cusp of the fishing industry. And some would say you might have tamed her because she had a wonderful idea where she was going to find micro penises, mold them, and make micro fishing lures in the shape of little wieners.
Top water bait.
Top
It's
water,
going to be a
yep.
walking bait.
Yep. It's like the Ned bait, but for top water. And we mentioned,
All right.
they need a micro top water. And Paige is like, yeah, micro penises. We'll call it the long Smallie. This is like verbatim. It's in the history books. Yep.
It's been done.
It's been done. It's recorded. The long Smallie was a prototype idea name.
It was.
Hey,
drunk.
we sent Paige the prototype.
No, you
and
did
she-
not.
and
You're
she
so full of crap.
lost it. She lost it.
Fair enough. It was based off me and Paul, so it was a really small package. It probably got lost in the mail very easily. That thing could have got lost. That thing was in a Max box, and
Still stuck in the freaking mailbox, probably.
Listen, if it would have gone FedEx, it would have got there, but it went through the stupid fucking postal
Probably
service.
not. I
So
work at FedEx, and it probably wouldn't have got there.
Oh,
so
no, it
shit.
wouldn't have. It wouldn't have. But it wouldn't have
Alex's
gone
wife works for
USPS.
the postal service. When she hears
We
this,
talked about this
she
last.
is going to look. Alex's wife is about 6 inches taller than him, and she's gonna pile drive his ass into his backyard.
We just had a bad experience with postal service too.
Yeah,
Musty
they're the
shop
worst.
order a week and a half late.
They're the
not
worst.
great.
Nope, they're the worst. But actually, they're not. They're a lot better than FedEx is the fucking worst.
they are a lot better. I work at let's hope
FedEx
it
is
never
pretty
gets
bad.
back there. But
Well, Paige says she works at FedEx, but I'm pretty
Here we
sure
go.
from a couple of her videos, she works as a fucking prison guard. I mean, there's no way that's a FedEx office. You're a prison guard. We talked about this the last time you were on. You swear up and down it's not, but it looks like a prison.
it's not a prison. We have to have certain protocols because there's like people's belongings going through there. So
Absolutely.
we can't have any crazy people like hopping our fence and stealing your
The long
G-strings out of the
Smallie.
mail. We can't
That
have
sounds
that.
exactly like a prison. We got personal people belongings. We can't have crazy people coming through here giving prisoners shit. Have you ever watched Oz on HBO from the early 2000s? Y'all might not even been born yet. I don't know. But Oz on HBO is a great prison show.
Okay.
There's a lot of dongs in there, though. So if you have
A lot of wiener.
an affinity
A
for
Sounds
lot
like
of wiener.
Paul's
For
kind of,
dongs. There's a lot of dongs.
Do you like
Yeah.
dongs?
I like my dong. Hey, Earl, tell me this. Alex and I have questions for you, and we're
We
going to
do.
start this podcast off with this. Fuck you, Alex, you little bitch. Paige is an OG of Bass and Brews, and she was on the podcast. And shortly after her being on the podcast on her last episode, you started showing up, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this guy?" And so we want to make sure that your intentions are good and you're a good fella. What makes you qualified to be Paige's boo?
Short dong.
Solid. All right.
Good
Oh
start.
my gosh.
Good start.
Oh
Short
my
dong.
gosh.
Yep, I got you.
Yeah.
Start.
Listen, my understanding is they call him Tuna Can Lincoln for a reason. It's short but stout. He ain't hitting the back, but them sides are covered. Ethan, how many
what else,
felonies
buddy?
do you
That's
have?
what you call a chode.
No felonies.
No
Yeah.
felonies
No,
yet.
No felonies.
All right, to get
No
a ring on
prison
Paige's
time.
finger, you got to get at least 2 felonies. So you got to work on that.
Whoa,
Two?
Alex, that's too far.
Yeah.
That's too far.
Two.
That's too far.
What do you mean?
What do you think I am?
Can it be at once or?
Yeah, all at once is fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Just 2 separate charges. Yeah.
Can I get 3 at one time? Is it-
What the fuck is going on?
Well, it's
here?
3 bonus points.
I mean, probably. You know what? If you get 3 felonies, she'll propose to you at that point.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's the only way
Yeah,
it's gonna
after-
happen because he can't get no damn jewelry up in the big pen. So all right, let's go from a fishing standpoint there, Mr. Earl. Are
Be a good idea.
you teaching Paige how to fish, or is she teaching you? Like, how does the dynamic of the fishing happen?
I mean, she's definitely taught me things. Can't deny that. I think some days we definitely kind of, I don't know, just communicating back and forth. We put things together.
Yeah, we definitely taught each other a lot of stuff. For
Paige,
sure.
Paige, I was asking him. You'll get
Sorry.
to talk in a minute. Okay.
Well, I mean,
Sorry.
like when you talk about the river, she's taught me stuff. Like I said at the beginning, I was not a river rat before.
Mhm.
But then, like as far as the ice fishing and stuff, she had never done it before, so that was new to her. So I mean, it's kind of mutual, I guess.
Okay.
All right. So when y'all get to a river spot or a pond spot, and shit's not going right, like we got to make a change on lures or a place to go. Does an argument ensue? How do we like conflict resolution for where and how we need to fish? How does that go? Do y'all have that?
I don't think we really have conflict. I mean, if we're throwing something like our go-to and it's not working, we're probably just going to start throwing complete opposites and trying to figure out what's working. And then the second that we find what's working, then we give the other the same thing and we start hammering down pretty much.
That's really awesome, and it's heartwarming, but that's a fucking terrible answer for
I don't really
us
know.
to discuss, because I was hoping like Paige, like, look, bitch, I told you to throw this, and you're like, I'm sorry.
It just doesn't go
I'm
like
sorry.
that.
I didn't think it
No.
was gonna work. There's no
No.
conflict fishing. This is pretty awesome.
I mean, there's been a few times like where like we've allowed to each other, like, yeah, go ahead. You just pick where we go or whatever, and then like I'll get there and be like, this is
Yeah, location.
stupid. This is stupid. Why are we here?
No,
This is
location.
stupid. We're in like 4 inches of water, rapids. Like, what the fuck? I have a tube on. What are we doing here? This makes no
Yes.
sense.
This
So,
is
yeah,
the story. So
There
what
has
happened?
been.
What happened? So you told
I
him
just
this is
shut
fucking
up. I
stupid.
just and then I just get quiet and I just stand away, far away, and I just stop fishing, and then he knows that it's time to
When
leave.
she stops fishing, I'm like, okay, well then let's.
Smart
Soon as
man.
As soon as I put that little hook back on my little keeper,
If she gets snagged and breaks off twice,
we're
it's time.
fucking out. We're out.
Yeah.
I have a rule. I have a rule. I have a rule.
Who is the main purchaser of lures? Talking about losing shit. Who's the one that's providing the majority of the lures we're using?
I don't don't know. I will say it's actually like the most mutual thing. Now, food, he buys more food for sure, 100%. I will give him all the credit every day, all the time.
That skinny
Food.
bitch ain't eating all that food.
Oh my
I
God.
guarantee you now.
I bet you he takes more poops than you do every day. I don't understand. He eats like two of you would eat. It doesn't make sense. But as far as baits go, I'd say it's mutual. Just because, like, you know, I have my people and my people have made them his people. So it's like kind of like been a nice little marriage of everything. But then, you know, like we get on musky stuff and he'll go on a spree where he'll buy like 4 lures or something and he'll get one for me and one for him. And that's a whole different ballgame. That's like $25, $30 a lure. But that's just like that's not buying a bag of tubes or a bag of whatever.
Speaking of taking a Duke, have y'all like, do y'all poop in the water beside each other? How does that work? Do you go in the woods? Is it have y'all gotten to the point that you
we do not poop together? No, we don't
poop in front of each other when you're fishing? Like take a break and have a conversation? None of that?
I've popped a squat in front of you before, but I've never pooped.
No, I've never pooped in water either. You poop in water?
Oh my God, dude! If you're in a river, shitting in a
Look
river
how excited he
is
got.
like the best bidet you could ever have, because you duke in the water and it floats downstream, and then you just kind of take each hand and spread your butt cheeks a little bit, and you kind of get into a little rapid area.
What have we become on this show? What have we
So
become?
I shouldn't have asked. I shouldn't have asked.
Well,
No.
you didn't have to. I was going to get there anyway. Pooping.
I can tell you've definitely done that a time or two. Huh?
100%.
Well, only once. We were tubing. I was in high school. I ate a bologna sandwich that didn't agree. I held it as long as I could, and then we just it was a free brown trout release.
Did it float with you the whole time?
No. That shit goes way faster than you do in a tube.
So it's like a torpedo.
Well, and it was an upset tummy Duke, so it wasn't a turd like Christine Fisher when she was talking about when she dropped the Duke, when she dropped a floater on the lake that time. It wasn't like this. This was more like probably chunky chocolate milk.
Oh,
so you swam in it a little bit before you.
He was stirring up the bottom.
No. I pooped and backpedaled.
Stirring up the bottom
a good way. Like I knew what was going on. But
there's a lot of sediment. There's a lot of sediment coming down the river.
Him everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Paul's new cart bait is just shit. It's not corn. It's just fucking turds in a bag.
There's no bait with that. It hits the water and it dissipates into a million molecules of stinky.
All right, we're gonna play the newlywed game.
Duke and baits. Go ahead.
What?
No, it's all right. Hey, Ethan, what is Paige's go-to river bait?
What's Ethan?
Confidential.
Confidential.
No, there's no such thing as confidential.
You can tell him.
No, I'd probably say.
I have 2 things on my mind, actually.
Okay.
So
Paige.
Stop. Let her talk. Paul, let her talk.
I just want to know if he passes.
But you can't tell him the answer and then him say it and then him pass.
I'm not going to freaking tell him the answer. I'm just letting him know he's under pressure.
It's going to be it depends on the time of the year, obviously, but it's going to be either a tube or either a whopper, plopper, paddle tail, depending on the depth.
Okay.
Is he right, Paige?
Yeah.
Is it a stupid tube? How are you rigging that tube, Paige?
I like a stupid tube, but sometimes that doesn't cut it. Like
Texas rigging it?
No. We just like yeah, that's facts. That is the realest name tag. I'm sorry, I have to stop this right here, right now. That is the realest name tag I've ever seen in my life. He kicked him out. Let him go. Oh,
all right, Paige, how are you rigging that tube? How you rigging it with like a tube hook with like the, I'm talking about the weight on the shaft.
It's either
and all
gonna
that
be a
good shit?
stupid. It's either gonna be a stupid tube, or I just like shove a ball head jig up in there.
Yeah.
Simple. Keep it easy, simple.
Oh, Paul's pouting now. Go ahead, Paul.
I don't got a
Oh,
goddamn
he's
thing to
pouting
say the
now.
rest of the fucking episode. Fuck
He's
you.
fucking pouting
Fuck
now.
you, Alex. Fuck you, Paige. Ethan, you're cool.
All right.
That's cute.
Go ahead, Paul.
Go ahead, Alex. No, go
I don't
the
like
fuck
a
ahead.
kiss
I'm
ass.
done. I'm done. Go the fuck on out. It's just your podcast. I ain't got shit else to say. Fuck y'all.
All right, you got that one right. Hey, Paige, he said he fished for catfish before meeting you. What was Lincoln, aka Ethan, aka Earl, aka I don't know, aka what was his favorite catfish bait?
I know that they would hit up the local ponds and go catch all the bluegill out of some local ponds and take them right down the river and flip them at the river. So, or creek chubs, probably creek chubs too. Cast net, some creek chubs.
Lincoln, how'd you do?
Definitely bluegill. I mean,
Okay.
I've tried everything there is for freaking catfish bait, and it always comes back to the bluegill. Cut bait mostly.
You're not doing the stinky chicken titty with Kool-Aid trick?
I've tried that. We tried dipping hot dogs in that, doing the same thing.
Listen, we've all been there dipping our hot dog in something stinky. Go ahead about hot dogs.
Hot dogs are just pain in the ass. They fly off. I don't know. They just piss me off in the end. It's not enjoyable.
I've never heard a successful hot dog story with fishing.
Yes, Paul.
Wait, I wasn't done.
Continue.
No, I'm done.
So, go ahead, Paul.
Have you?
Yeah, that was just us.
It's just us. So, what we really wanted to say was, oh, never mind.
Yeah, they're back. Shit.
Yes, Paul.
Have you ever used largemouth or smallmouth bass as a catfish bait?
I am not. Rock bass,
That's where
yes.
you're fucking up. That's where you're fucking up. Smallmouth in your neck of the woods over there in the western Susquehanna on the Ohio border. Smallmouth, especially the like 5 to 6 pounders, best catfish bait ever.
I believe that for sure, but especially with the muskie too. Muskie, love that. Love smallies.
But
Are you catching muskie off that same stretch of river we see on all the time, Paige?
They're definitely there. I have not caught one out of that stretch. It's more up. It's north, but on this near like same water, same everything.
Gotcha.
There's a creek probably, I don't know, 15 miles north of us that's just littered with muskie. It's like it doesn't even make sense. It's like a creek. It's like a pond, for like with bluegill in it. You go there, you throw a worm, you catch them up. Like it doesn't make sense.
Listen, if you guys want those exact coordinates, head over to patreon.com/Bass and Brews, become a producer, and I will get you those live coordinates for your $5.99 a month.
I would give up those cords for that. I would 100%.
There you go. You guys heard it here first. Yeah, I would picture actually. I know Paul's trying to be funny talking about cutting up smallies and largies to use for catfish bait, but I could see that working. It's the same animals sitting in. Those fish are gonna be swimming around those catfish anyways. Catfish are gonna eat fucking whatever.
Well, the surprising part though is I've tried rock bass a few times and got nowhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Paige, have you gone catfishing with him, or is that not your scene?
Yeah, we went catfishing a few times over the last summer, last spring, summer, a little bit in the fall. We did get into some fish. It was a good time. Have fires, have some beers. It's always fun. Always a good time.
All right. Paul, are you participating in this episode or are you all done? Are you still pouting?
Nope. Fuck you.
Go ahead, Paul.
I don't have anything to say.
Come on, Paul.
I'll raise
Quit being
my
a fucking
hand.
baby.
I'll raise my
Go
hand
ahead.
when I want
Quit
to
being.
talk.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm typing here for a minute. You guys just talk amongst yourselves.
Oh yeah, see, this is what happens when I don't get to talk. Alex gets all fucking flustered and frustrated, and the motherfucker's over here got to pretend that he's typing his shit that he don't know what to do. Like, if I don't talk, Alex just gets his old panties in a wad. He doesn't know what to do. Gray hair, little short munchkin fucking bitch.
I think you guys meeting in person will be a really good thing.
Maybe.
I'm gonna drown his ass. It only takes two inches of water.
Hold on, that was the perfect. He goes on the tirade page. I think it'll be a good thing, and then Lincoln going maybe.
You guys are just gonna hug it out. It's all gonna be fine.
I'm a hug a fart out his ass. That's for sure.
I'm glad
Lincoln,
you fixed
where
that.
You from originally?
Who?
Lincoln. Where are you from originally?
Oil City.
Where? What city?
Oil City, Pennsylvania.
Coal City.
Oil or oil?
Oil City.
There you go.
No
there you go.
shit. You're from fucking Texas?
Yeah.
From the Susquehanna to the Rio Grande, this family does it all.
Yep. All at one time.
Ethan, you got pretty hair.
I like your beard.
Thank you. We should rub them together at some point.
I thought we were just lying to each other.
No, I don't lie.
I just like how you both did it, and then I made a face, and I looked at Paige, and she's making the same face of like, what the fuck?
I feel like we should leave, and they should have this moment together. We're not on their vibe. We're on a different vibe, and that's okay.
The only good vibes are the vibes that you don't have.
All right, you two, what's the plans for this fishing season? Everything's starting to warm up. I know you boys in the South, you guys are already in pre-spawn and everything, but everybody else.
Who the fuck you're talking about, boys? And there's only one person here in the South.
I'm talking about the fucking audience, you dipshit. I was about ready to talk to the audience. You are killing me today, Paul. Like.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't understand you were talking to the goddamn audience. When
anyways, I know that it's
Pennsylvania here.
It's starting to warm up for a lot of people around. So this is, I think, I don't know if it's you, Paige, or if it's him, but when you two join up together, it becomes the most chaotic.
So spicy. We get so spicy together. I don't understand. I don't know.
Literally, I grow 9 new gray hairs every 30 minutes when I'm on a podcast episode with Paige and Paul. It's too much.
That's probably for a really good reason why he was not on the last one.
Listen, I think I had something going on, but when I found out who was on it, I was like, absolutely fucking not. There's no fucking way. I love Matty Ice, but when I had to do that episode with him, I wanted to fucking throw the computer out the fucking window.
Alex, y'all, we'll need to go back and look and see what episode.
Can we relive? Can we relive it though? Can
we
have like a reunion?
We basically are
not.
right now.
We're not. Tiny is a presence in his own self. You know what I mean? Everybody, we need to relive that moment. Even if you don't want to be here, that's fine. I'm sure Jabber would be down.
Listen, I think that we just don't. I think me and Jabber just leave, and we just leave the 3 of you on an episode. You just tell us when it's done, and we'll stop the record button.
But Paige, what Alex is talking about wasn't when he wasn't there, and we had the 3 amigos together.
Okay.
It was when I invited Matty Ice on, and it was Alex, myself, and Matty, and Matty Ice and I are kindred spirits, and Alex
That's a word, I guess.
was completely lost. Y'all need to go back and listen. And if you can watch that episode, I don't know what number it is. Maybe Alex can
I'll find it. Yeah,
I
I'll
don't know what
find it.
number it is. We'll find it for this episode's over, and we'll tell you. But y'all need to, at minimum, go listen to it, but watch that episode. Alex was flabbergasted. He didn't know what to. I can't explain it. I cannot articulate.
There's too much chaos.
Distraught he was.
I like chaos. It was too much fucking. At one point, he had like a duck that was like flipping people off, and then he had a fucking army helmet on. Yeah, like it's.
He
none
had
of it fucking makes sense.
He was stroking his cock.
Yeah,
not his. But it was a
fucking rooster.
Was a miniature rooster. That
Maddie is a legend. He is a legend.
Allegedly, what?
No, a legend.
Oh, a legend. Yes, he said
not a legend.
He set his garage on fire for views.
Yep.
That's pretty legendary.
Did he really? What a wild man.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Okay, wait, hold on. Just to be legally clear, we don't know if that's true or not true. We can't be held responsible in case his insurance company listens to this. But he fucking totally set it on fire on purpose.
He set his go-kart on fire. He made the batteries combust and then smoke up his garage so he can make some really good content. Hey, Ethan, have you ever set anything on fire that wasn't supposed to be set on fire?
I don't think so.
So going back to the beginning of this podcast where you need to have 2 felonies to be with Paige, it sounds like that you can barely get, nothing because you have literally never set something on fire that wasn't. You know how much shit I set on fire growing up?
I mean, I've set stuff on fire that I thought should be set on fire. I mean, it's kind of a matter of opinion.
Did the fire department show up to put it out?
No.
Paige, have you ever set anything on fire that wasn't supposed to be set on fire?
No.
Had law enforcement. What? Y'all are
my brother did, but I didn't.
See, there you go. We need to have your brother on here now.
Yeah, I think it was like a bunch of Playboys or something that he didn't want my mom to find.
Fuck your brother. He set Playboys on fire. Jesus, you bury them in a box.
Yeah, I don't know.
That is weather resistant. You don't burn them.
You have yours in a time capsule in your backyard? Like, what is...
See? Exactly. You got the right idea.
He's hoping that his son one day will go out there digging and find Dad's old fucking Playboys. Hey, real quick, that Matty Ice episode, if you guys want to listen to it, it was July 20th of 2023. That was the episode titled Matty Ice finally admits that fly fishing is the worst. That's the name of the episode.
What episode number?
I fucking no idea. We weren't numbering them then.
But you said you went back and numbered all those.
Yeah, fucking not all of them. Paige hers isn't fucking numbered either. But she was like 2 weeks later.
Numbered. Yeah.
All right, so y'all are coming out of ice out right now, which you said y'all don't have ice. That's why you went to Canada and you know it was terrible weather. But you're coming up to some really good fishing about what, May, 1st of May. What's the fishing like right now for y'all? Y'all still in wearing some boots and stuff? Are you in the water or is it still on the bank? Like what's the fishing like in Western PA right now?
I'd actually say it's the opposite. So like right now we're still on the banks. We're not in the water just yet. The water's cold, it's a little high. But right now is when they're gonna start getting fired up. So over the next we've been catching some fish already, but over the next week it should turn up and all through April, but come May it'll all start slowing down and they'll all go find where they're gonna go to spawn out and whatever else, and you won't see them till probably like June, end of June, and they just kind of like go wherever, then they go up the creek and disappear, you know, then you got to go other places to find them. But
So
yeah.
y'all are still waiting. Is there any kayak opportunities coming up, or y'all just mainly waiting and bank fishing?
We have kayaks. We both have kayaks. We just haven't taken them out yet, just because how cold the water is and how high the river is. We just don't want to, you know. And I like also, yeah, RIP to the guy. Was it South Carolina or North Carolina?
Santee.
Yeah. Terrible, terrible situation, and you know, always wear your PFD. You know.
Yeah, water wasn't even that cold either, but.
Hey, Paige, do you still have that piece of shit Vibe kayak?
Yes, I do.
All right, cool. Not that the kayak's piece of shit, just more that Vibe. I remember back in the day when they yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jacked my video, gave me about 0 credit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we talked so much shit about that. That was Was that your first or second episode?
It was their first one.
That was my very first one, and we went full in on ripping them, and you know, they gave me an apology.
Nothing.
They sold the company, and then the people that picked up the company were the ones that ended up apologizing, not the ones that, you know. So they did try to, you know, make it right. I think they took everything off or whatever, but they never got back in contact or reused anything ever since then after that. But it was lame. I remember that. We were all fired up about it.
We can blame Jabberhammer for that. He called them specifically and said, "How dare you fuck with Paige, for the love of trees, on TikTok? Here's her address." Like, he completely doxed the fuck out of you. But I mean, you know, he was trying to do what's right.
I don't know her address, but I do miss, speaking for the love of trees, I do miss that name coming across my feeds. For the love of trees was for the love of you know, the earth. And now we're no longer for the love of trees. I thought that was one of the greatest social media fishing handles to ever have been created. And you just, you got a boyfriend and you're like, fuck them trees.
She said, fuck those trees.
I love the trees. You're the only one that's really ever said that they actually like the name. Everybody else, it's like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't, it doesn't make sense with what you're doing. And even like with your content and what's the platforms are doing, they're not pushing it because it has nothing to do with what you're doing, you know?
You know what?
I always saw a tree in your video.
Yeah.
And you love
trees in every video.
I love trees.
Was it because of your love of trees or because you were smoking marijuana?
And it had nothing to do with smoking marijuana, actually. The reason why I made a TikTok was because of my daughter was like, hey, Mom, there's people out there that are posting videos, fishing videos all over everywhere. And it makes no sense why you're not doing the same because you fish every day and, you know, whatever. Yeah. And then here we are. So.
What kind of kayak do you have, Earl?
I also have a Vibe on the way. Nice. It'll be here next week.
I hope you got that shit for free. If you didn't, fuck Vibe.
No, don't make a video about it because they won't tag you when they repost it.
So
I'm surprised you guys. I'm surprised you guys didn't go with that new Old Town. That Paul, did you see that new Old Town? The 2-seater.
Oh no, fuck that.
That's the Bonafide, isn't it?
No, they just came out with a 2-seat PDL driven kayak.
No. Y'all want it? There's 2 really good ways to fuck up a good relationship. And one is to bring in a third partner. And number 2 is have some kind of fucking boat that both of you have to propel together. You want to fuck up a good relationship? Get a 2-seater kayak that you both have to pedal or paddle. Fuck that. Don't listen, Alex. Fuck Old Town stupid for coming out for that. Do not get a 2-seater.
Yeah, there's no way.
Don't do it. I love y'all. You're a cute couple. and I would hate to see
On a-
you fighting on the water because you're in a fucking 2-seater kayak trying
Think
to
of the
fish on a
content,
river.
though. Think of the
you
content.
two, I think you two should have a 2-seater.
Oh, yes, we should.
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, because our relationship is in the trash can already, and
Yes.
so that
Yeah.
would be good.
Never in my life would I get a 2-seater kayak ever.
Yes, good.
No.
Because
just-
Alex and I are not bedding together. We're not making kids together. Like, we're not in love. So that would be good. But if you want to keep your relationship together, don't get any boat that both of you have to propel together and fish, especially on a fucking river. Like, you're asking for disaster.
No, you're right. You're right.
Of course I'm right. I don't only speak when I'm right.
It's not like they don't have to paddle. You just it's the fucking PDL drive. It's 2 PDL drives.
Yeah, bitch. But there's how many steering handles are there?
Just the
And
one
they're
in the
on
back.
a river. It's not like they're on a pond fucking around.
Yeah.
They're on a river. Like, you gotta have your shit together.
Yeah, you don't have to steer or pedal. You just fucking float down the river. It can't be that
Do it
difficult.
separately. Why the fuck would you do it together when you can?
So
do
they
it
have an
separately?
activity together. You unromantic fuck.
Well, I mean,
It's like the bicycles, the 2-seater bicycles.
Exactly.
People do that shit all the time.
Yeah. Have you guys ever done it when you're going to Pittsburgh? You
No.
do the
No.
little river walk on a 2-seater. You got Ethan. Take her, Ethan.
Don't listen to him. Do not listen. He only says
I
that
think,
because
I don't know. I don't think it's a good idea.
no.
I think it's like a
Eric,
It's
fucking
not a
great
good
idea.
idea.
the only reason Alex
We'll
says
take
that.
GoPros for you, Alex.
The only
Perfect.
reason Alex says that because if him and his wife had a 2-seater bicycle, she'd be doing everything because his little short ass legs couldn't reach the pedals.
Just spinning, doing my best.
Like, he would
So
just
you'd
touch
steer?
the pedal every time. Every time the pedal came up, his right foot would touch, and then his left foot would touch, but he wouldn't be doing any of the propelling.
Put me in a basket. I'll be fine.
That's
With a bow.
You would fit in a basket.
Exactly. Hey, if somebody could drum up the money, would you instead of a 2-seater, would you do the motorcycle with the sidecar then?
Oh. What?
You know what I'm talking about? A motorcycle with a sidecar.
Oh yeah.
Ethan, would you go in the sidecar and let Paige drive the motorcycle?
Yeah, sure.
Nope, he's lying. He's a
Yeah,
fucking
he's
bold-faced
lying. No.
liar right there. Paige, we love you to death like a sister. I can already tell that you are an awful fucking driver. There's
Yes.
no
That
way.
is a fucking lie, okay?
There's
That
no
is a
way
lie.
you're a
That's
I
not
see
what
you.
Lincoln said.
Listen,
She's not a bad driver, but I might have to be drunk first. Just be in a sidecar. It just doesn't feel right.
you just be sitting there in your little car with a little helmet and little goggles. There's a guy that
Yeah.
drives around with his dog around town like
I've seen
that.
that.
Yeah.
What town?
And
was
that could be you, Ethan. That could
That's
be
Earl
you.
City.
Old City.
Yep.
Earl City, yeah.
Old.
Oil.
Oh,
Jesus.
OIL is old.
yeah.
Yes, that.
Go ahead, Paul.
I don't have anything to say. I'm tired of getting ganged up by the 2 guests and you.
You're being ridiculous a little bit tonight. You're being a little
Listen.
manic tonight.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Whoa.
Oh shit. Whoa, he means serious. The glasses are off. The glasses are off. He's got the whole dad thing where he's just like,
I don't want him to get up and leave us.
He won't.
I ain't going
See,
nowhere. It's my
he's a little
podcast.
bitch. He ain't going nowhere.
I do need some water.
Where were we? What
Why
were we
are
talking
you
about?
umming?
2-seater
That's not what we
bikes.
do.
Okay. Well, then go.
Hey, Alex, this is the first time ever we have a 4-peat guest that has to do the shotgun round. And we have a brand
true.
new guest that has to do the shotgun round.
That's true.
Not now, but we got to make sure we get that shit done.
No, we gotta make sure we do it now then, because she's not gonna fucking do it.
Well, look, before Paige just leaves.
I don't want to see your fucking foot. Get your nasty foot.
Jesus.
Why is that like broke? Like, why is
Those
your
are
heel
corns.
like that?
Because I go barefoot everywhere I can.
It's fucking gross. Hey Paige, did you see the video of Paul eating shit in the snow?
Yeah, I may have watched that over and over and over.
Dude, it's like my favorite.
The knee, like it really looked. Oh, that looked like it hurt, but I couldn't help but laugh every single time.
Dude, when he sent me the text saying like I fell, I got hurt, and then started sending me pictures of his knee, like it was my kid telling me that she had boo-boos. Like it was the funniest fucking thing. It was so fucking hilarious. And the first thing I could say was like, "Is it on a Ring camera? Please tell me a fucking footage of you eating shit."
Yeah, you slid into home base on that one for sure.
I did. Safe, bitches.
I like your cooking videos though.
Yeah, I haven't made them in a while. I've been busy as shit. I hadn't cooked a lot.
You gotta get back to it.
What do you cook?
He smokes.
Anything and everything. Chinese food. I got to walk. I make Chinese food. I set my gas stove up to be a jet so I can get that wok hay. I do a lot of stews, do a lot of barbecuing, do a lot of shit, man. Just, hey, you got to follow me on social media and go back and look at some videos. I love to cook. Editing that shit's a fucking pain in the ass, though. So much work.
Yes.
I mean, as a whole, I feel like I know we were talking about it before, Paige, that and you're definitely not alone. Like we definitely slow down on short form, specifically on the TikTok platform. I know you have too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, I've made some really awesome friends, you know, like I wouldn't have met everybody through there. That's like the one benefit from TikTok. But as far as like the energy and the time to be put into a platform, it doesn't really do nearly as much for the creator, like as some, like say Facebook or, you know, Instagram or YouTube. Like Facebook, you can go get work to 1,000 followers and you immediately can start making money off of videos and views. And it's what they do to get you to it. Like it's a dummy proof system. Like, you know, you just follow the steps and, you know, it actually pays off. I feel like TikTok's kind of just like there's no like play by play. It's just post something and hope it goes well.
Right.
And, you know, bank on your homies and your friends to like them and comment on them. And like that's, you know, it's really just the only platform I like message friends. And it's crazy. I have like 6,000 something followers on there and probably only interact with like 1,000 of them. You know, like I barely even get like 1,000 views on most videos and you have 6,000 followers. Like that immediately isn't adding up, you know? So, but then you go to Facebook and post a video over there and, you know, you have 1,000 followers and then you get 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 views. It's just like totally, completely different, you know?
Did you notice that slowing down like after the blip, I like to call it, or is this like before they shut down?
Way before. I was like fully prepared for it to be done. I was like ready for it to be done. I was just like, whatever, it's fine. Like I had everybody on Facebook, like, you know, I'm not going to go back and forth and keep putting all like Jabber just said about his cooking videos and editing. It's like for real, like taking the time and sitting down and editing all those like every day, multiple videos. It's just a lot when you do that on a platform where one, they're not pushing your stuff, you know, they're not getting it out to those corners, like the fishy corner of TikTok. It's like you just, you know, 500 people see your video and that's it. But you post it to Facebook and you get like 10,000 plus views. It just doesn't make sense. It's just like, you know, it stinks, but Chris,
Paul, do we have a Facebook? Do we have a Facebook, Paul?
Yeah, anytime you post on Instagram.
Oh shit!
Instagram,
all right.
It uploads
I'm gonna
to
get
Facebook.
I'm gonna get
We don't do
Facebook
anything
famous
there.
like Paige.
oh, it's not even like, it's not like famous or anything like that. It's a grind for real. But if I put any of the energy I did for the last couple of years of TikTok into Facebook in that time, I'd probably have 10,000 plus followers now. But I didn't. I put like eggs in all in one basket, and that just came with, not really wanting local people to know what I was doing because it was like didn't fit in with my family and friend group. Like everybody was like, oh, that's kind of like lame or whatever. So that's why I went to TikTok. Knew nobody, met hundreds of people and awesome friends and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. They don't really, TikTok can do so much better, but it's just meh.
It's so shitty right now, and like just as a whole, like I kind of went back on it for a little bit, and like this last week, mostly because of Paul, just kept flooding my texts with videos, and I told him like I'm trying to stay off it, but he's like a dealer where he's like, here, just have a little bit more crack. I know you're off the crack, but here's just a little bit of crack. And it's like fucking ads every fucking 3 videos. It's like 9 million lives. It's such a piece of shit, and it sucks. And then like the people I want to see, because I liked TikTok because for the longest time it was like half of like people that I followed, like the content I wanted to see, and then the other half was just random bullshit, which ended up being also entertaining, right? You're like, oh look, there's a homie, they're catching fish, it's well done, that's awesome. And the next one is like a dude trying to like eat a whole bucket of chicken in one sitting. That's what I want my algorithm to always stay like, is those two ends of the scale.
I watched part of a video and then had something going on, and it's like a Bondo or something commercial where it's this paste, this epoxy that you mix together, and it goes on metal, and you can't drill through. Like they're doing all these. I watched part of it, and then I had something going on, so it kept playing on my phone, and I swear to God, I get 2 of these TikTok shop commercials for this epoxy, and then I skip through them as fast as I can, and some other videos, blah blah blah, and then they come up. It's just
it ruins your
over
algorithm. It's like I don't even people share videos with you like outside of the fishing world.
Oh yeah,
and it's like I can't watch it, dude. I'm sorry, because if I watch it, it ruins like everything. It's such a shame. And then the live thing too, like where everybody like the only way people could make some sort of a profit of any kind if you sit there and act like you're on a street corner and you pretty much ask for money. And I can't get down with that. I can't get down with that. Like the whole battling stuff. Like it's just like even we went live a few times and people would just send us random stuff, and it's like I feel weird like doing that. I'm just fishing. I just want to hang out, but the fact that Facebook pays you just for playing ads and then eventually they pay you for views and, they keep pushing you. Like the better you do, the more they push you. There's so much into it that's like user friendly, and they definitely pay you more than I think there's been some recent changes. So I'm not sure exactly what those changes are because I don't have enough of a following to know or it really affect me, but it's still better in TikTok, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, and I felt bad too talking about like the TikTok shop because even the good buddy Tiny Two Poles, right? For a while he was shilling stuff that he got from the shop, and I'd be like, all right, well, I'm not gonna watch this video because I don't want to watch a TikTok ad for a TikTok shop, right? Even though he's a buddy. That's not what I want to watch when I'm taking my shit, right? So I'll skip through it, but then it's like, okay, you don't want to see any of Tiny Two Poles at all. And it's like, no, I don't want to see that. Like, I want to see Tiny, but not Tiny trying to sell me a fucking a bass lure kit when I know for sure that man just fishes with chicken gizzards and then he just hand catches bass and keeps them in his living room.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's like the cheap, like, what is it, Temu or however you say it, aspect of it. There's so much junk and like sellable whatever on TikTok, and people just are like, oh, I can make money off that because there's no other way to make money on that platform. like by your views or what you're actually already doing. It's like, oh, well, we got to sell this flashlight or battery pack to our friends because it's
oh my
like,
God, the fucking battery packs.
Dude, crazy.
It almost goes back to like when my aunt was like in a Tupperware club and she'd be like, oh, we're going to have a Tupperware party. And it'd be like my grandma's job to buy all this shit. And then my aunt would be like, I'm so successful. And my grandmom would be like 3 peppermint schnapps deep. And she's like, the fuck you are successful. I bought all that shit, Deborah.
Yeah, Deborah.
Yeah.
You made me $8,000 and you made 200.
Right. And that's what I feel. And listen, you do what you got to do, right? But definitely saw a bunch of people I know go down that route. And I'm like, come on, boys. You know, nobody wants to see that shit. I know you're trying to get your cut, but.
Yeah, it gets you away from why you joined it in the first place. But it's also removing the value of what you're creating, you know, and that sucks. Like as creators, like there's people that are like, oh, well, I'm not using your stuff in my video unless you pay me money, $1 amount. And I feel like that's lost and people are just like, yeah, just sell this item or this clothing or this hat or whatever stupid in your video. And it, you know, it's just not it for me. I don't want to be like a advertisement, you know. I love fishing. I love fish. You know, it's just.
We have to find like a happy medium, right? Because I feel like before this, we had the pro staff era where every motherfucker was buying thousands of dollars of gear to try to get on a pro staff team. And all that got them was a 10% discount. And it was definitely bad for the creators because nothing was happening. But now we've like gone way too far the other end where SP Fishing is selling me fucking cooking pans when he's supposed to be showing me fishing content and him feeding a fish a Monster Energy drink, right? Like it's and no shade at SP, but like this is the shift. Like we have to find, because it was definitely like 4-5 years ago, it was definitely the companies were the ones kind of taking advantage of the creators because they would be like, hey, rep our stuff, here's a discount code, and then if you did anything without their product, all of a sudden they would drop you from their pro staff team,
baby.
right?
Everybody
fucking
Woo
Tungsten.
Yep. That's like
that was my first. That was my first.
G Money. G Money. Do you guys? Is it Garrett or I think that's his name?
Yeah.
He's cool, dude. I love what him and his chick have going on. They're absolutely hysterical.
Dude, she seems so mean. She seems fucking mean.
I love her. We would be best friends. I love every bit of that chick, 100%. But
I've been tempted. Hold on, I've been. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I mean, unless he sells stuff like on his TikTok shop. Remember, he did the scissors to be beyond braid snips, and then he did the pamphlet like where he keeps his neds or certain hooks. Unless you get that many views, it really isn't going to benefit you to try to sell people's items. Unless you're selling the units, it's not going to benefit you whatsoever. But
no, you're right. I have been tempted to call the police a couple times after watching his videos just to see if he's okay.
Blink twice, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like she just beats the shit out of him. Just fucking beats the shit out of that young man. And he just takes it like a champ. I'm going to tell you what, one of these days, he's going to send her to the moon. I'm just joking. He's not. Watch that happen.
You should ask him to hop on here sometime.
We did.
That'd be like, oh, did you?
Yeah. He wanted $500 and we had to buy 4 items from his TikTok shop.
Not even remotely.
It's not true at all. It's not true
Alex
at all.
is just fucking talking out of his
Listen,
ass.
you can't say some shit like that because that's just wild. Like I don't put it past people nowadays to do that stuff, but
don't worry. When Alex starts saying stupid shit like that, I'll chime in real quick and say he's a lying bitch.
No, we did ask them, and we had like a scheduling issue where it didn't come up, and then we should reach back out. I did, yes. Like 6 months ago, and they're like, "Hey."
I mean,
I know.
I would reach out to both of them and be like, both of you, or just yourself, or whatever. But either way, they make great stuff.
No, this is the year of the couples.
Yeah. Oh, the year of the couples. We should have them both on. But if they're going to be, I want some kind of mediator in the middle. I want like Dr. Phil, in the middle of both of them and be like, G-Money, are you okay? Are you okay when she hits you and pushes you off your own boat?
Yeah. And she loves that dog way more than him.
Way more than him. I don't know how to tell it to that guy.
I think he knows.
He knows, yeah. He knows. But yeah, Dr. Paige, you want me to be the mediator?
Yeah, that'd be funny as shit.
That would be.
I don't know, Paige. I don't know if you and I could be on a podcast together where you had to be a mediator because, go off the fucking rails really quick.
Listen, it takes off the rails to know off the rails. I am not Canadian. Get out of here. I was like, absolutely not. Okay, I'm on Susquehanna, live in Texas, but I'm fucking Canadian. That makes no sense.
From Ohio.
Nothing.
From Ohio.
This is what he wants to get from me, is the reaction.
Mm-hmm.
The Ohio thing is like if you took a knife and you just
traveler.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys like Ohio? What's the problem?
Hold on. Why when you were waving your imaginary wife around, Ethan started backing away? Have you thrown a knife at him or threatened him at any point in time? Because he got really defensive just then.
Alex wants to fight. No, I don't.
Listen,
I don't.
This is why she likes, what's her name, Lauren from the G-Money channel. She's just as violent. She's trying to get her G-Money just quiet, buys a boat, lets her just fucking assault him on a constant basis.
Get the fuck out of here.
I know, right? He just said, send help.
Listen. You'll be asking for help here. Yeah, blink twice.
Exactly.
There's gonna be like, man. Help me on the screen.
Yeah, she doesn't know behind you right now is just a missing poster of him. It's been up for a year. He's been missing, locked in that fish hut for a whole year.
Yeah, that'd be a funny thing to make, huh?
Hey, what kind of boxes?
He's like, no, it wouldn't be.
What kind of real boxes are those behind Paige's head?
All kinds. Well, there's a few, but they're like doubles for the most part. Like the Corrado, the Bamford.
I asked you what kind of reels,
the
what brand reels are we
Shimano. Shimano. There's a PC phone over there.
Yeah. In a Fluger.
The PC phone was hilarious. It was a TikTok shop. It was the first one I ever. It was a test, and they gave it to me for free. And they're like, make a video, and then we'll give you this video. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it. And then they gave it to me for free. And then they asked me to send them my video code for it, and I didn't, so they couldn't make the money off my video, and it was fucking awesome. So I got the reel for free, and I bought them.
Shimano, huh? Is that y'all's reel of choice?
No.
Oh, it's hers. What's yours?
I like their spinning reels, but my new favorite is a Daiwa, 100%.
I have the SLX DC. Had it for like a year now. Piece of junk. Hate it.
Trash.
It's
trash.
It sounds like shit. It feels like shit.
Trash.
I mean, it's not durable at all.
Trash.
Now, she has an SLX. SLX-A, and it's still going strong. She's caught muskies on it. She's pulled, I don't even know who.
Yeah, that SLX is probably going on like 9 years old, maybe 10 years old. It's a fucking survivor. But the DC, I'm incredibly disappointed with how his has performed over the last year.
Hey, Ethan, did you get the DC reel because you actually had to cast light lures once you met Paige and started fishing for smallies instead of just chunking, fucking rotten bluegill into the middle of the fucking body of water? So you were like, hey, let me get the easy mode version.
No, so I actually had.
I'll be back. I just took my contact out by accident. I gotta put it back in.
Fucking weirdo. Go ahead.
I actually had a junk loose smash combo when we met, is what I was using. and it actually held up for a while. And the reel exploded on a muskie, but I got the
That'll
muskie.
happen. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Got the muskie, but that was the last fish it caught. It was toast after that.
Yep.
It's really hard to invest in good stuff, like what people call as quality or tournament grade stuff, because we beat the shit out of it. We fish it.
Sure,
We use them. We're on the riverbanks. We're on our kayaks, like, so it's really hard to be like, oh, I'm going to spend this much money. So like, I mean, we upgraded, like, well, we have quite a few setups and we have a lot of nice stuff now, but to go out and spend like anything more than $150 on a rod for me is kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, like for what you can buy for that, like, I'm not a tournament fisher woman, I'm not a whatever. I use my stuff, I beat the shit out of it, and once it goes out, I'll get another one, but same with him. Like, and he's got like catfishing rods, like
you don't need anything fancy for that. You just get a big ass fucking ugly stick and chuck that motherfucker out there.
We have 2 ugly sticks.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous to go out and like the buy the fisherman stuff. It never ends. And there's a lot of stuff there's one reel that I have been wanting to try, which is the arc reel. I don't know if you've heard of the arc. Chris Cruz uses Andrew Blair.
Yep, Blair. Yep.
He uses them. So I've never heard nothing but good things about them. They're fairly reasonably priced. Just companies like that where they're not trying to rip you is like where I'm at,
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right. Like, we think it's very adventurous, the folks that take out expensive ass gear on a fucking kayak. Like, I have some good reels, right? But nothing to the end. Like, I like 13 fishing. I've loved them for many years, and I just stick with them. But I don't ever get like the high end rods. I get like those midget, because I break those. Like, I get the middle of the ground ones, if not the lower budget ones, because I've broken more rods just running into shit with the kayak. The reels are usually okay for the most part, right? But I like everybody rocking. Even when the DCs came out, those were pretty expensive when they first came out.
Oh, absolutely,
And I'd see dudes on Instagram trying to flex as they've got fucking 8 DCs in their fucking kayak, and I'm like, cool, bud. Like, it's awesome. But I hope your kids love Top Ramen, because you think you're going to be a professional angler and you got $9,000 worth of reels. Congrats! While your kids eat uncooked Kraft mac and cheese.
And a DC, like, that's just scratching the surface. Like,
right?
The reels that are out there, like, even the spinning reels, like the Stellas, dude, like $800-900 plus. Like,
have you seen those Van Stalls? So here in New Jersey, surf fishing is huge, right? So these dudes will roll out with those bailless Van Stalls that are like, I think to get a used one is like $1,000. Like, these things are so fucking expensive. Yeah.
It's just not like, even some of the bait casters, like the swim bait game.
Yeah.
The swim bait stuff. The swim bait reels and rods, the prices of swim baits alone are just absurd. It's crazy. Like, I can respect an artist. I can respect what they put into the baits, and I understand that takes a lot of time and like perfecting your craft and everything. I totally understand, but goodness gracious, it's wild. It's wild.
I think we've had plenty of a swim bait aficionados on here, right? And they definitely work, and you definitely need the gear to make those big ones work properly, right? And it's kind of like the whole thing. But do I think for most people is it necessary? No, I don't. I personally don't think it's necessary. Now, if you are in some areas, super clear water, super highly pressured, that is going to be the ticket to get more fish. And I don't trust myself, as Paul makes fun of me all the time, because I'll yeet that motherfucker with a shitty knot real quick. And it'll go from a slow sinking S-waver to a fast sinking waste of fucking money real quick. So Like I've messed around with the smaller ones and they're cool. It feels cool, honestly. Like you just feel kind of fucking badass chucking like a heavy swim bait. You're like, yeah, it's fucking realistic. But guess what? I'll catch more on a fucking wacky rig than I will on a swim bait. And I know you're looking for different fish. I get it. Like I'm just not that type of fisherman where I need to get the biggest fish out of the pond. I just want the rod to bend as many times as possible.
I missed part of this because I rubbed my eye and shoved my contact up into my fucking brain and had to go get it out.
Hopefully you got your manners back.
Swim bait, Alex, you just talked about clear water, highly pressure, and shit like that. Look, I got a tournament coming up Saturday.
Yep.
We're on Jordan Lake, Big Fish Lake, and I've got a swim bait tied on.
What kind?
And I might throw it. I might not throw it. It's a glide bait, so it's not a paddle tail, or anything like that. It's a glide bait. I can't remember what it is. It's not the
Paul, here's
or something else. I think it might be the Ben Milliken glide bait.
Yeah.
6 cents. It's a 6 cents.
So that's like about I forget what that's called, but that's like $40.
Yeah, that one's not that bad.
$40.
No, this I think the one I got was from Bass Pro, so it's probably it might be 40. It's 30.
He just said it was the Ben Milliken 6 cents fishing. He's like, nah, it's the Bass
you
Pro
got like the knockoff Pro Shad or whatever.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I've got a couple.
Yeah.
Yes, the draw. So I've got that tied on, but it's one of those things like where we're going. There are certain opportunities where that lure could come into play to catch, a big fish.
Mm-hmm.
I may not throw it, I might not, but having that option to be able to chunk that out there, and it's going to be in kind of dirty water. I mean, we're probably going to have 6 inches. It rained today. Probably going to have 6 inches of visibility.
Probably don't want to fish it then, right?
Almost. No, I mean it depends.
I think you should
be in an area. What I'm probably gonna throw it if we need a big fish.
I say you buy 6 more of them and fill your whole boat full of swim baits, and then everybody's gonna catch you out there with bobbers and worms catching fish.
No,
I think you deserve better quality though.
Big fish.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Earl?
I said I think you should have higher quality though, like a $200 minimum.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not happening.
See, that's what I can't get down with. Like I can deal with the $30, $40 price point, but when it's like above $100, above $75 for a glide bait, it's just like really like when you can catch something on the $40 glide bait, it's just like really hard for me to like jump for that fancy stuff.
The people that I personally know who are buying. All right, there's 2 types of people that I personally know who are buying those lures. The first one are the good anglers that like want to catch these big fish, but don't fish them all the time, and then they buy them and they're reselling them or they never use them and shit like that. Then the other handful of people that I know that are throwing $150, $200, $300 glide baits and swim baits are they people that only fish that way. And so they are completely cool. They don't really tournament fish. Like they're completely cool going out there and catching 1, 2, 3 fish that are 6,
giants,
7, 8, 10 pounders.
Yeah.
They're completely cool with that, but they're going out there and throwing that the whole time. Like they don't have a jig tied on. They don't have this other shit. Like, it's
I think it just comes from me not trusting myself because like being a river chick, you lose so much, like you snag up with so much stuff. And it's just more so it comes with me not like I feel so bad if I bought a $150 swim bait and I cast it on my second cast, it gets snagged. Like I'd have to go attempt to find it. But
and that's how she dies.
A lot of those places you can't do that.
Right.
You can't like
I've got some expensive lures. And the only reason I bought them was to catch fish. I do not care about losing a bait. My square bills, I buy the chick magnet, and I buy the Spro Little John.
Mhm.
And both
Okay.
of those bitches are like $12, $14, $15 a piece. And
Which is a great.
I'm throwing them in rock and wood. Like,
Yeah.
I am going to lose them, but I don't care because I catch fish with them. I don't buy a lure and be like, oh, this shit's $200. I'm scared to throw it. Fuck no. If I'm supposed to throw a $200 lure in
Fuck
some wood
no.
and I bought
Nope.
it, I'm throwing it. And if I lose it, it's going to suck. But
Yeah,
I buy it to catch fish.
I act like
I'm not
those
gonna be
things have
afraid to use it.
feelings. That's my problem. It's like, oh man, my poor little swim bait butt, I lost him. You know,
Yep.
I get so attached to like the artwork. Like, this is a beautiful thing. Like, I feel like I should hang it on the wall. Like, you know, and then I have a $12 whopper plopper that's beat to shit, that's catching the same size fish as what that would. You know, obviously not all times of the year, but it's just.
But we talked about the expensive musky baits earlier, and I mean, we try to keep our cap on that like $40.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
we try
because
not
those
to go
musky
over
baits can be
$40.
fucking big with the big dragon
Oh.
tails on the back of them and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are y'all throwing those? Are y'all throwing your musky stuff on like a metal leader, or are you just chunking them off on regular
Heavy mono leader is fine, and our you know, anything really above like a 40 or 50 pound mono or fluoro leader, I feel like works. I don't like using the metal. I don't think you've ever used like the steel leaders. So it's like they just cut them up. Like they really do a lot of damage to the fish.
Well, I did use them up in Canada,
Yeah.
but not musky.
It's Canada.
Yeah,
Fuck those Canada. Fuck Canadian muskie.
Yeah,
Hey.
Because y'all probably get some, you know, the folks that we see losing lures with toothy fish are typically with what I call jackfish, aka pike. And so I feel, and I don't know this, I'm just guessing. Like if you're fishing for the muskies, you're probably in areas where there's jackfish, and those bitches will cut a line in a heartbeat. So I don't know, maybe if y'all just use regular shit, but okay, y'all don't. So that's why you cut it off at $40 because you're like, we might lose this.
Yeah, a big toothy motherfucker is gonna take it.
Yeah,
and that's my knots.
Yeah.
You don't trust your knots? What the fuck kind of knot do you tie?
Well, I think it's fisherman's is what it's called.
How the fuck do you not trust that knot? Let me tell you something. That's the only knot I tie. I don't that stupid ass goddamn fucking polymer knot and all this other shit, and people are over here flipping and flimmity danging in knots and tying. Look, a fisherman's knot, you wrap it around 7 times, you put it through the bottom loop, you come back up through, you wet it, you pull it tight, it takes nothing.
Just like hanging out with your wife.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Do you have a leaky balloon knot too?
No, but when you're tying like a fisherman knot on 40-pound mono or 50-pound mono, you're talking about a lot heavier one, and it's
anything over 20 on mono or something like that. You only need to wrap it 4 times before you bring it back through. I have never had a fisherman. Every time I get hung up, and I get hung a lot, my line breaks. I've never got hung up and pulled back a pig's tail from my knot coming loose on a fisherman's knot, ever.
Also, if you're worried about that with the big line, do you use a tactical clip?
No.
So tactical clips, that's usually like fishing.
Tactical clip?
It's just like a clip,
Like a
so you'll
speed
tie.
clip?
Yeah, speed clip.
Okay.
Tactical clip's the name of the company, right? But a speed clip in saltwater fishing, it's like fishing for striper or surf casting. It's absolutely like almost a given that you're going to use that because it's easier to at home tie that, get that cinched down in the comfort of your own home, having some beers, get that shit cinched down, right? And then it'll stay. Like my knots break all the fucking time in freshwater. I never break knots. Even when I want them to fucking break in saltwater, like when you're snagged and you're trying to fucking just say like, fuck it, it's gone forever, but then it won't fucking break. Those speed clips help a lot because you do get a chance. You're not doing it on the bank. You're not doing that stuff. So if you're chucking big stuff, I would say As long as it's a moving bait, use a speed clip. If it's something sitting on the bottom, well, you kind of.
Well, the thing that makes me nervous more than anything is actually the leader knot. It's not necessarily the fisherman knot at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It's more my leader knot that I've had slip.
I think that comes with fluoro though. Like when you use like fluoro in the river, stretchier. It's like, I don't know. I've had it. It just depends for me.
It's
but
brittle. It's brittle. It's
Yeah.
more because it
I have
stretches
more
less.
break
than
off
Fluoro ain't
the knot
brittle,
of the bait. I've
Excuse
had
me.
what?
I'm sorry, real quick. What's brittle? Mono is brittle.
No, we said fluoro.
Yeah, but it's not. I mean, if you
It
get a
just
kink in
thins
it-
out. It just like thins out over time. Like once you get like 4 snags back to back, and you keep getting them out and get them out and get them out over time, it'll like stretch out and gets like, it's not like see-through anymore. It's like white, it's just, it gets weird, but I don't know if that's just because it's, from being snagged multiple times and then over, I don't know. But it could just be because it's fluoro and not mono. I have no idea.
I don't know. All of my leaders, I don't fish a ton of leader stuff because I'm in darker water here. So if I'm throwing, my drop shot always has a leader on it. But if I'm throwing a shaky head or a Texas rig or something like that, and I'm throwing a leader, which is I haven't had any problems with it. But I don't know what the fuck. I don't know the names of goddamn knots. But I think it's an Albright. But that shit works. It comes through the guides good. I fish with a couple guys. Every time they throw a shaky head, it sounds like they're throwing it on a open face. And when they cast, I look over there because I think they're going to have a fucking bird's nest coming out of their reel because I don't have that problem. And mine's usually a fluoro to a 15 or 20 pound braid. And what the knot that I use, I've never had it break. The leader knot, I've never had it break.
You should make a video of that knot and post it.
Because bro needs knot work.
There's so many fucking knot videos out there. What the fuck is Paul Roberts gonna make a knot video of?
You should with your own style. With your own style.
You have no clue. Those things are popular for a reason, and they're so stupid half the time, but they're popular for a reason.
My whole thing with knots, that's why I tied a fisherman knot. One, this is what I learned. But I can tie it quick, I can tie it in the wind, I can be on the kayak and it's bouncing around, I can tie it. And it's the same thing with my leader knot. It's simple. I make a loop, the line goes through, I wrap it back, it goes back through. Like I'm not having to do a lot of stuff on the water. And so the knots that I tie are simple to me. I've never had knot problems ever. And I'm like, whatever the fuck works, that's what I'm going to do. Now, sometimes I have line problems because I don't fucking change my line like an asshole. Matter of fact, the last tournament we had 2 weeks ago, I got broke off twice. I didn't break a single fish off all of last year. And then this year, during a tournament, we were fishing for 10 grand. I got broke off twice. And those were the 2 fish we needed for a limit that would have put us in the top 5. So
did you swap it out?
Fuck yeah, I did. I sure as fuck did. It was a shit show. I had a rod. I broke the lure off, and it was late in the day. And so old boy's boat goes 72 miles an hour, even with my fat ass in it. And all of a sudden,
it can normally go 120.
Yeah, right. But there's line like flapping in my face because we got 30 minutes ago. We're going back and he's rolling. There's line flapping on my face, and I'm like, it's going over my shoulder. And it's my rod that's on the passenger side of the boat. I'm like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden I hear whack, and it pops. And we get to the place. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And I'd broke off. Luckily, I had to reline it. But when you're going that fast, I broke off, and when I break off, I wrap it around the reel.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't get fuck up. Well, it had come loose from the reel and then slid through the guides. And so it was on an open face. So it was just, as he's going down the lake, there's like 200 yards of fucking line coming off my reel.
Just ripping off your
and
reel.
we're going so fast, the shit just broke off the reel when it spooled out. And so it was just, you know,
a mess.
Yeah, it was a goddamn fucking mess and shit. But anyway, that's the thing is, you know, the two things I broke off on. I'd been fishing once since September. I went fishing in December, and I haven't changed any of my shit. So today, that's when Alex texted me, "Where the fuck are you?" I was over here respooling reels and getting stuff ready for this weekend. I haven't put new line on, new leaders, and all that shit. But I mean, not back to the knot thing. I tie the fisherman's knot 99% of the time, and if I've got a leader, I'm doing. I think it's an Albright. Fuck, I don't know. But
Yeah, see, I don't
whatever
know.
it is, it works.
I don't know if I've ever even heard of an Albright, but that's why I was saying you should make a video about it, because a lot of people just know the Palomar or know the Fisherman's. They don't even care to know any other or try any other one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I hate about a Palomar knot is you're doubling the line through the eye, and what I don't feel comfortable with is if when you double it through, if the line's supposed to be like this through the eye, right? But sometimes if you do it like this, now you got a pitch point, and so to me, you know, if you're trying to tie that with some small line, 10 pounds,
It's gonna break easier.
yeah, it's gonna break
Immediately, yeah.
easier. But you have to make sure that polymer knot is not crossed when you go through.
Yeah.
And you know, I got little short, fat, stubby fingers, and it's hard to do it. And then I'm fucking with it, and it's in the wind. I'm on stupid ass goddamn plastic kayak. You know, fuck that shit. The fisherman's knot's just 5 to 7 times back through the loop, wet it, pull it through. But you got to do what's comfortable and easy for you, and that's people do the polymer knot, they do it. But the fisherman's knot is the one that I'm rolling with.
If you do the Palomar wrong, like with the river setup, it snaps like that, just like you were talking about when it does that
It's usually get
crisscross.
crossed, yeah.
Yep. And it's
Because-
just from wind. It's from, you know, when you're wrapping it, at the whole deal, it crisscrosses and it will pinch and snap like almost immediately.
Yeah, you're usually, if it crosses on braid, you're good. If it crosses on monofilament, you're probably okay. But fucking fluorocarbon, if you get any kind of little, not a nick, but if you get a bend in your line, if you get you get a little bird's nest, I mean, that shit right there on fluorocarbon will fucking snap in a heartbeat. That's one thing I hate about fluorocarbon is that if you fuck up a cast, you better check your fucking line because that's a weak point for that. It's like throwing glass, kind of.
Now, do you have a brand of fluoro that you prefer?
So for fluoro, I have been, because Alex and I are part of Pure Fishing. It's not a pro staff or anything. I can't remember.
Like an affiliate, kind of.
Yeah, kind of like an affiliate thing.
Selected angler program, I believe is what it's called.
Oh, that's cool.
Something like that. So we do that. So I've been throwing the Trilene.
Yep.
A lot. I've had no problems with it. I used to use Seagar before that, and they're fine. So I throw all of my braids Power Pro, because we get a little discount on that stuff. So I throw the Power Pro on braid, but my top water stuff, anything I want to use, I would typically use monofilament for. So top water or anything like that, my glide baits or swim baits, I use P-line. I use the P-line, so that's the monofilament coated in fluorocarbon. And that's what I use for my crankbaits. I do a ton of crankbait fishing. I love it because it casts really good, casts like a good monofilament, but you know, it still has a little bit of weight to it. And then, you know, if you worry about it being seen and stuff. But I love that P-line for the top water and my crankbaits and stuff like that because it casts really good. That's why I like it.
It's neat to see how like different lines play out with different lures or different what you're doing for different processes. It's just cool to see what other people are using, because we use the Seaguar right now, like different stuff. But I also love P-Line too. Like I really like it, and it's hard to beat them. Like even their price point and everything as well. Like
yeah, their price point's really good.
Are you using the P-Line polycarbonate, which is the mono coated and whatever? Or
I have tried it, but it sucks because we don't have that available locally. So anything that we want like that, we have to order or make like an hour trip to go drive and get some, so that's kind of the downside of it. But if we plan ahead for it, we can order everything and have everything we need. But
yeah, I think it's P-Line polycarbonate, I think is the mono coated one. Like I said, use that for my crankbaits, and I use it for my top water, and then I have some heavy stuff that I use for glides and swim baits, because you kind of want that that stretch of the mono on that. But yeah, I probably had, when it comes to fluorocarbon, it's weird. I probably had the most problems with Seaguar.
Now, what Seaguar do you use?
I've used it all. I've used the Brazex, which is the one that people love. It's the expensive one. I've used the yellow one a good bit, which is their just above budget, kind of their average. And I think they started, was it last year? They came out with a budget friendly Seaguar. I can't remember which one. Maybe the red box.
That's what we just grabbed that just to try it. It's okay, but not for the price point in my mind. Like you can go out and buy like P-Line's most basic fluoro, and it's about on par with the Seaguar.
I had the most in what they, so my reels, I don't have a lot of, I use Shimano's, and so I have them very loose. Like I have to thumb all my casts. I have them very loose. I like to cast a long way. So I tend to get some backlash every now and again, especially when it's windy. And the Seaguar, I would have shit snap off after a backlash pulling it through. When I went to the Trilene fluorocarbon, I didn't have the brakes when I would fuck up a cast afterwards. You're on a kayak or you're fishing, you're not going to reline a lot of stuff. And I don't have extra reels. And if I'm throwing a crankbait, I've only got one deep diving crankbait set up. And so if the line's fucked up, I'm fucked with that. I haven't had that issue again, because I do get some bird's nest and backlashes a good bit when I'm casting. I haven't had that issue with that one, but who knows? I mean, it's all, the line and all that.
It's fucking fishing line. It's fishing line.
Yeah,
listen, I can't believe
it's so in depth though. Like
I think you're making it too in depth. No, you're taking it too in depth. No,
but fishing is all about what you experience on the water.
Yeah, if you want it to be that complicated, go for it. But really,
see, that's the thing. If
budget
I'm using
fluoro on the braid,
Seaguar and backlash, and then the next 2 or 3 casts, my shit snaps as the fucking crankbait's flying through the air. And then I have the same thing happen with this other brand fishing line, but it doesn't snap. Like I'm going to the other fishing line. I'm going to the one that fits what I'm doing. Right. But I mean,
I feel that some people really want to hear that, because just like beginning of the week, I was at Walmart and there was this dude standing looking at the fishing line for a solid 15 minutes, and he's picking up spider wire. And I just looked down and was like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm just looking at some braid. And I said, oh, I use Suffix. And he's like, all right, well, I'm going to Dunham's. Then he left Walmart and went to Dunham's. He didn't buy it. It's just,
spider wire
people
sucks,
just like to hear that.
Yeah.
Spider wire's the original.
They are the original. Yeah, they suck.
They are, but it's so like just
cat rods.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we also like overcomplicate all of it. Like it's way more than it needs to be. Just get some braid. If it keeps snapping off because you keep backlashing, get better at casting. Don't backlash. It's real easy.
Fuck you, bitch.
Be a fucking man.
I backlashed like 15 times in like a 2-hour session the other day. No, Has nothing to do with that.
Oh, it's got to be
Nothing
the
to do with that.
line's fault.
I will say this.
It was actually my fault. But
I will say this with braid. A lot of your braid has a waxy texture to it. I don't know if that does anything, but for me, like the Power Pro doesn't feel as waxy.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
So
feels like actual braid.
Yeah,
Like,
I like
what braid?
that. But it's fishing is the majority of fishing for what we do with lures, line, rods, reels is so anecdotal. It's what you feel comfortable with.
Mhm.
Like I throw every reel I have is Shimano, every one of them, and then I've got a conglomerate of rods. But the main rod I've been using last year up to this year has been Fenwick.
Yep.
And I really
Same
like
here.
the Fenwick rods.
HMG?
And,
The HMG? Or what are you using?
World class.
Oh, you're using the fancy shit.
Yeah, but
this motherfucker doesn't have podcast monies, but he's got money for these fucking rods.
Hold on 1 sec. I'm using the World Class because they're part of Pure Fishing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they are.
I
remember
got
that.
some of them with a discount, but also I found a guy on eBay that was selling. I needed some heavy, extra fast rods for frog fishing and some flipping and stuff like that. And these are like $200 something. I found a guy on eBay and I bought one because it was $99. And I was like, let me see. I bought it, came perfectly shipped, brand new, like it was great. And he had 4 or 5 left. I went and bought whatever he had left, the 4 or 5. And it was because they were good. I don't know why, what happened.
I would have too. And that's the cool thing about Fenwick, though. Like, you can go to their bottom line reel or their rods, an HMG for $99 and beat the shit out of it. You can literally just beat the piss out of it, breaks off of it. And the only way it's going to break if you like shove it in a window or like a user error. Like, they are awesome, cheap rods that anybody can really afford.
Not the Eagle. Not the Eagle.
And Fenwick has come out. So Fenwick, y'all are too young for this. In the 90s, Fenwick was like one of the go-to rods. And they've had these the last whatever. But this past year, they came out with a new line of Fenwick, and people loved them. But they're light, they're good. But my drop shot rig is a HMG, $89 medium or light, medium light or something. And that combo, that rod has won me more money in the last 2 years than anything I have in my fucking boat.
Listen, it's a silent but deadly cheap rod, and it's awesome. We love it.
Yep. Hey, Alex, we have got to get the shotgun round going because we have 2 people. And Paige is not going to duck out on the goddamn shotgun round tonight. No fucking way.
It's time. Boys and girls, let's see how far down the rabbit hole we can go today. Woo! It only takes what?
No, they didn't.
Hey, I was gonna say, last time Paige ducked out on the shotgun round, I was gonna answer the questions like I was Paige.
Yeah,
and
that's
then Alex ended the fucking podcast. And do y'all want to know what's funny? Is he got like 4 or 5 messages after that podcast dropped and goes, "Why did you end that?" People were pissed.
Listen.
But now we have the real Paige. We have the real Earl Lincoln, Ethan. And we're going to do the shotgun round for the first time ever.
Yeah, go for it, Paul.
Right.
Take it away.
Paige, we're going to ask you a series of questions. These are shotgun round questions. We're going to ask it to you. It's going to be yes or no, or we're going to give you an answer of multiple choices. You answer it first thing that comes to your mind. There's no umming, blah, 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 So you answer it. You ready to go?
Yes.
Have you ever eaten beaver?
No.
being from Ohio and Pennsylvania, all the beaver y'all got. I mean, come on now. Y'all ain't got no friends that trap beaver?
I know. No.
Trapping's not real big around us.
It should be though. It should be because it's a problem. But no, I don't trap.
All right. So looks like Ethan's a good trapper. Hey, Ethan, Crocs or flops?
Flops.
What?
Flops, all right.
Crocs all
You fish on the river. Your fucking feet be slide out of them flops all the time when you trap. There you go.
The only reason I say flops is I have never owned a pair of Crocs. I'll wear tennis shoes or barefoot. I don't know. I just don't like Crocs.
I know it's a game changer, a deal breaker, but I'm working on it.
All right. Do y'all wear the same size shoe?
No.
So Paige has a big ass foot and you got a little ass foot.
It's the
No.
Yeah, she got clown.
He's got like grippers for toes.
Paige is the Peggy Hill of fishing. She wears a size 15 men's.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Ethan's got some fucking Bigfoot feet. Holy shit.
Oh man. All right, you gonna spend more on a rod or a reel?
Jesus. I know good and damn well when we were talking earlier, Ethan ain't got no small Smallie, not with them goddamn feet. Holy shit. He's got the girth and the length.
Reel. I'm choosing more money on a reel.
Perfect.
Twice at least.
What'd you say, Ethan? Rod or reel?
Real.
Crocs versus flops, they're breaking up. That's a good title right there.
That's probably what's gonna be.
That is like the catchiest thing I've heard. Oh my God, the drama within that title is real.
Nice. I love it.
You know what? For you, Paige,
Ethan,
since you're actually doing it, I'm gonna screenshot it so I remember next week. There it is.
Hey, Ethan, have you ever eaten beaver?
No.
Oh.
Interesting.
Sorry.
And the lie detector says
Ethan's like, I've been known to trap a beaver or two in this here fish shack.
Never mind.
We were good until Paige went off, being dirty and shit.
somebody's got to do it.
I know, right? Do you guys eat largemouth bass?
No.
You should.
I'm lucky if I catch like 10 of them a year, to be honest with you.
The bigger, the better. Anything over 7 pounds tastes delicious. And if you guys want a discount, you can head over to your local Circle K, go around back, find a guy named Jamie with a Y. He's going to sell you a bag of fucking fish eggs that come from a 7 pound plus bass. Tell him Bass and Brews sent you, and he will stab you, steal your liver, but still give you a discount. So make sure to check that out.
You'll still get them eggs.
Yep.
Good deal.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
Whoa! Oh my God, we got another one. We got Crocs and flops, and we got pineapple on pizza. We got
Big old hell no.
Alex,
what do you say? He says yes because he'll eat anything. He said he'll eat anything at all, but no.
Except beaver. Alex, this man.
I didn't say I wouldn't.
This man and this woman answered that question simultaneously and definitively. Paige was a no, and Lincoln was a yes. This is them. Look, this is going to be an argument after they get off the podcast.
Oh yeah, he's getting his ass whooped.
Yeah. Paige's roundhouse
Hawaiian pizza,
like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Hawaiian pizza is the shit. It is amazing. It's sweet. It's salty.
That is shit.
Yes,
listen,
it's awesome.
It's dog shit is what it is. Pineapple and pizza need to stay separate, in my opinion.
Paige. Language. All right, we're talking about over here. Watch your mouth.
I will eat it if it's there, but I'm not paying my good hard-earned money to put fucking pineapple
if I
on
was,
pizza.
just like you said earlier, if I was drunk enough, I probably would eat it. But I would not
Are you talking
my
about
money.
pizza?
Why
Wait,
did
are you talking
Ian
about?
look at you?
No,
Why
we're back
did
to
Ian
the
look
beaver.
at you like
We're
that?
back to the beaver. Back to the beaver
Yeah.
again. Yes.
Listen,
If I was drunk enough,
hey,
I might
Tim.
eat it. I ain't gonna pay for it.
Click that.
I need it, but I ain't gonna pay for it.
Oh shit.
So fun.
Did we get through all of them?
I don't know. Did we? I've never done this before.
I know. We got one more. This is the most important question.
No,
the
no,
Brewskis.
hype music. Hype
Oh,
music.
yeah.
Hype music.
Hype music.
On your way to the water, is it hype music or is it slow jams?
Hype.
Ethan?
Yeah, I'd agree.
All right.
Okay.
And what does that mean for you guys? What does that mean, hype music, for each one of you? Like, what's it's
Conway Twitty.
Oh my God.
Tight fitting jeans. What do you mean?
Tight men jeans. What the fuck is that?
Tight fitting jeans. You ever heard that song?
Are you being serious, Conway Twitty?
I know Tyler. Hold on. Tyler's listening. Tyler.
Who's Tyler?
Tyler Ward.
Tyler Ward. His hype
Hi,
music
Tyler.
was Brooks and Dunn. And now we have these two motherfuckers on the podcast right now talking about Conway. I love Conway Twitty, but I'm not
Look
getting
up
like
tight fitting jeans. I'm telling you, if you don't know that song, then you don't
I just
like
Googled
Conway Twitty.
Not one
Play it.
song came up, but a whole bunch of large ladies in jeans. So
I love Conway Twitty, and I would listen to it going to the ramp if I wanted to be in my
You gotta
feelings.
get your little arm swinging on when you're like, yeah.
fucking
but,
awful.
like, if I
Worst
wanted-
pick ever.
If I wanted to get to the ramp and fuck somebody's boat up and puncture their tires, I'm not listening to Conway Twitty.
I don't want to puncture anybody's tires, so that's not my
You want
vibe.
to fucking win? Then you let the air out their tires and you take the plug out their boat.
See, if you're
Conway
too
Twitty
aggressive,
ain't
you
doing
think
that
too
for
much. You just gotta lay back,
Okay,
be nice and calm.
Lincoln,
Good to
nobody's
go.
ever said that to Paul ever. You think too much. That has never been fucking said to him
You,
ever.
Alex.
Most of it's
History.
like, would you
History
fucking think?
tonight.
Would you fucking think some more, Paul? Like he hears that on a daily basis from his wife. Paul, think, you idiot. Think, would you?
You know what? See, now all three of you sons of bitches are picking on somebody with ADHD who's colorblind. So fuck y'all.
Fuck you. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
You're
really
colorblind.
I think
Sometimes
I have
colorblind.
ADHD too.
I still love you for who you are.
Well, thank you. That's great. You have ADHD?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Yeah. Errol looks like somebody with ADHD.
Errol
Motherfucker
or
probably can't
Earl?
spell his name.
Errol.
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 All right. Last question. This is going to be
This
the
is
most
important
controversial one.
question.
Yep.
The Brewskis are gonna.
The Brewskis are either going to, lift you up to the highest highs to become a serious angler or drag you down to the lowest lows into the dark waters.
Hey, Ethan.
Why? Stop
Ethan,
fucking interrupting me. Stop fucking
No, no,
interrupting
wait,
me. It's
wait.
been all
Wait.
fucking show. All
no,
goddamn
no.
show.
No.
You have fucking
no.
interrupted me with your ADHD bullshit. All
I
for an
quit
hour
interrupting
and
you after
57
Paige said
fucking
something,
minutes.
You changed my name.
Holy shit.
Look, they need to answer without listening. So Ethan's going first, and Paige needs to remove
4
her headphones
fucking
so
years
she
of
can't
this
hear.
dipshit fucking
All right, answer the
interrupting me.
question. Ethan's ready. Let's go.
Ethan, you ready? What are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
Plug your ears, Paige.
I feel like we're gonna be on the same with this. I'd probably say bacon's gotta be there.
There we go.
Ham, can't
Okay.
beat it. Unless it's shit ham. But God, my
Ham.
third, I'd probably say roast beef.
Nice. I dig it. All right.
Paige.
All right, Paige. Every angler loves a good sandwich. What are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
Bacon, ham, turkey.
Perfect. Not one of you said beaver. I'm disappointed in all of you.
We've never had beaver.
Sure,
Listen,
Paul.
you guys head on down to the local watering hole this Saturday. You go find somebody and tell them, hey, we're looking for beaver to eat. You'll
No.
pick
It's
it up.
okay.
All right. Hey, where can everybody find you to at?
For the love of fishing. What about you?
The Fia fishing.
The
All right.
F-E-E.
The fee. The
F-
fee of
The
fishing.
Fia fishing.
Okay. Well, thank you, Paige, for coming on. Ethan, thanks for coming on. Thanks, Paige, for finally doing the one thing you're supposed to do as the guest, which is the shotgun round. And
hey, Ethan, thank you for coming on. I love you. You're awesome. Paige, go fuck yourself.
That's
Okay.
it.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
Have a
everybody.
great
You guys have a great
Love you
week.
guys.
Have the week
It's
you
love.
fucking
It's love.
deserve.
Don't go anywhere. Hold on.